Hey everyone, today we're going to be walking through FreePlay's integration with the Google ADK. FreePlay and the Google ADK complement each other well because FreePlay serves as this end-to-end platform for optimizing your agents, right? Evaluations, testing, prompt management, all this kind of stuff. While the Google ADK provides you a nice structure for how you define and execute kind of your core agent logic and then ultimately how you deploy. So now with a formal integration between the two, you kind of get both of the best of both of those worlds. So for this example, we're going to be looking at, we've just cloned Google's ADK full stack example, and then we've integrated FreePlay into it. So it's getting late in the day for me, so I just asked, find me a good walking trail to walk my dog near Northwest Denver where I live. And we see basically this research pipeline kicked off to go and ultimately produce this like long report, right? That's helping me understand where I should go walk my dog at the end of the day, right? So there's all these steps that happen in between here. And so if we jump over to FreePlay, what we get now is like as we're interacting with our Google ADK agent, we get logs flowing into FreePlay. And so I'll pop open what this looks like inside of FreePlay, but we basically get this full stack trace that's showing us this whole breakdown of this execution path that it took to ultimately like produce this research report. And so we can dive in at each one of these individual steps and understand the exact trajectory the agent took, but also at any one of these steps, we can like dig in and see kind of what was going on at that specific point in time. We also now inside of the FreePlay platform have evaluations built in so that in this case, for example, I have this specific plan generator prompt, right? And I have these evaluations that will run. And at any point in time, they're kind of monitoring the system and they're scoring how good we think the plan is at that point in time. You can see in this case, this plan, that we got a 1 for this evaluator that I wrote to kind of evaluate the plan at this point in time, right? So we can write these evaluators at all these different levels to understand like how this agent is actually performing in practice. We also have this integration between the Google ADK and FreePlay where you can manage your prompts in FreePlay so that the actual prompts become an independent object that you can experiment with and run tests and all this kind of stuff in FreePlay. And then that integrates neatly with ADK. So what that allows you to do then is I can actually take this log right here and I can open it directly in the FreePlay prompt editor. Because this prompt template lives inside of FreePlay, I can, from any one of these logs, I can open it inside of FreePlay and actually just rerun this here in this interactive environment. So I can make changes to the prompt, make changes to the model, like all that kind of stuff, rerun it and in real time, like understand how my changes are impacting things. From here, we can also start to then like use these observability records to start building up data sets. So like, let's say this was a good example of a failure case. I could add this to a data set. If I wanted to, I could change or curate the output and add it to my failure cases. This gives me a set of records that I can then like build up over time for specific failure cases or golden sets or all that kind of good stuff that I can then test against on an ongoing basis, right? So I get all this tooling to kind of optimize my agent while the Google ADK is handling the logic of the agent, the execution of the agent, all that kind of good stuff. So diving into the code a little bit just to show you all the different pieces at play here. So there's two ways to use FreePlay and the Google ADK. If you want to be in observability mode only, it's really simple. You'll basically just set up this trace plugin here. At your app level, you'll add this plugin and then you'll initialize observability at the top of your agent system. And then that will help logs start flowing into FreePlay. Now, if you want to also use prompt management, we have this FreeplayLLMAgent. And what this FreeplayLLMAgent will do is it handles it all internally, but it basically wraps the base agent from the Google ADK. And it will now, but instead of sourcing the descriptions or the prompts in a hard-coded way from the code, it will actually grab those prompts from FreePlay. So if I jump back over to FreePlay here, we have prompt management inside of FreePlay. You can see all the prompts I have associated with each one of these agents in here. So now when I use this FreeplayLLM agent, This is grabbing that prompt from Freeplay so that I can actually, independent of my code, iterate and experiment with the prompts here, have full version control over these prompts, and then that will just be like neatly passed down to the Google ADK. So we'll publish this repo, but this is the basics of using Freeplay and the ADK together.